All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. And I have a few photos to show you today. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get started. So James Gunn has been, over the last couple of days, he's actually been on Threads talking a lot about Guardians of the Galaxy. Nothing really posted in regards to DC. Anything that has to do with DC, I'm going to show you in this video today. And the first thing he has here, and he did not elaborate on what this means, but he chose this picture of Deadman to share with absolutely no explanation. So I have a feeling if they're going to continue to let James Gunn be in charge, when all is said and done and we get the rest of Phase 1 or whatever they're calling it at this stage, it's going to be nothing but weird stuff and odd stuff, and they're going to leave their core characters as secondary characters. That is a big fear that I have, and it is justified because that's what James Gunn does. He does weird stuff. Now, this is interesting, and I do have a follow-up to this, but it said Tom Cavanaugh wants to return as Reverse Flash in the DCU. He made this known at the Comic-Con, and someone asked, "Hey, James Gunn, have you seen this?" And James Gunn's response, his only response, was to laugh. Now, that's kind of interesting. It's like that's not very cool to do. But we're going to see what his explanation was here in a few minutes. All right, now this comes from Sil Abdul, and it says, "I'm hearing the DCU Batman, The Brave and the Bold, is moving comfortably along in development. Director Andy Muschietti is writing the script himself. Just to note, he was not credited on any writing whatsoever with the Flash film, for whatever that's worth. He is also writing the It spin-off series for Max called Welcome to Derry." Now, I was not a huge fan of his direction. He did some cool stuff with Batman, but it's not on the level of being hardcore the way Batman should be. And I just hope that he can rein in it a little bit, and if he's going to be doing The Brave and the Bold, that he takes it seriously, and it's not going to be a happy-go-lucky type Batman situation. The source material doesn't call for it. It cannot be anything like The Flash was. The Flash was just a straight-up comedy, and we cannot have that with a Batman film, and I hope he takes it seriously. All right, so Superman and Lois Season 4 is on the way. I believe it's going to come out this fall, this coming fall. So we're not going to have any Superman and Lois this season. It's going to end up being next season. And it is the final season. They want it to be over before Superman Legacy comes out. James Gunn does not want a Superman that is going to interfere with his Superman movie. And they said that they have now cast Jimmy Olsen for Season 4. Do you think he's a good pick? And we're going to take a look at who this individual is. I don't know him. I've never seen him in anything, but we're going to see who they chose. So here he is. I have never seen this individual before. I think he's got the look of Jimmy Olsen. I think he could pull it off. I thought I grabbed his name, but I forgot to grab his name. And so he will be Jimmy Olsen. And I am scrambling to get caught up before it does happen. I've actually watched all of Season 2. I'm now on Season 3 of Superman and Lois, and I'm actually enjoying the show quite a bit. It's a shame that it will not be continuing. Now, I thought this was very interesting. This backs up everything that I've been talking about on my channel for a very long time. It said, legit Hollywood insider Jeff Snyder did say also that it's a mess. Here's a video clip straight from Hollywood Reporter insider Jeff Snyder saying James Gunn's DC is a mess, according to what he had heard. He can backtrack it all he wants, but he directly said it with explanation, and he did. And he went on, I watched the clip, and to let you guys know what he said, he basically said they have too many projects burning and that James Gunn has his hands on everything as the writer, the director, and just coming up with everything, and that he is doing it all. And he even said he has never seen another CEO of a company ever do what James Gunn is doing, and that because of that, there's no way he can keep this up and create quality, basically quality products. And that it's a mess down there. They're not letting anybody else have any type of control. And we knew this going in. I told you guys this is all about James Gunn. And everyone kept telling me, well, they haven't started everything yet. No, they haven't, but you have to realize that everything that they have started up till this point, James Gunn wrote it all. He's directing it all. He is doing it all. And I wouldn't be surprised if they say he's going to be the director of Woman of Tomorrow. But people are now picking up on this. And I have been saying this since day one. CEOs do not direct and write projects. That is not their job. And people will come in and say, well, we knew when he was hired he was going to do that. It's still, then he's not a CEO, guys. He's not a CEO. And he should stick to the role. I was okay with it at the beginning, and you can go back and watch those videos. I was taking a wait-and-see attitude. I'm like, okay, I can accept that James Gunn is going to be a CEO. But then I found out he was writing and direct everything, and I'm like, no, I'm not a fan of his style by any stretch of the imagination. And yet he is running everything. And now people are starting to pick up on it and talk about it. Things are not good down there at Warner Brothers Discovery. All right, so here is that follow-up to what James Gunn said, laughing at James Kavanaugh. And I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this. So this person responded with, I highly doubt Tom was being serious. I think he was humorous about his answer, and James saw that and found it funny. I'm pretty sure James Gunn respects Tom and everything the Arrowverse did to allow the audience to get a foot in the door with DC. And James Gunn responded, of course. And Tom was hilarious in that clip. And so there you have it. That comes from James Gunn himself. You can take it for whatever you think it is. I still think it was probably not a good move to do the laughing face without some sort of an explanation, because the optics on it definitely don't look good. All right, guys, so outside of that, I told you everything that James Gunn is posting right now on social media pretty much has to do with Guardians of the Galaxy. He's talking about Rocket Raccoon and all kinds of stuff that has nothing to do with DC, and I think he needs to be in DC's corner right now. And if he can't do that, and I understand that was his past project, but he's beyond that now. He needs to be here, he needs to be in the now, or he needs to let other people start taking control to do some of this stuff. Because, man, the way it looks right now is that he is doing everything. And what's crazy about this is, you want to talk about the multiverse and that there's a whole multiverse to explore, but at this stage it looks like James Gunn wants to cancel everything and just have it all be his stuff. And I'm not looking forward to that, because there's so much else that we could be exploring and seeing. It doesn't have to be just about James Gunn. And people will say, well, the DCU was all about Zack Snyder, and it most certainly wasn't. He was a producer on a lot of that stuff, but he only directed 3 of all the films that came out. And everything was wildly successful up until he left. And so all of this is just very strange. It's out of the ordinary for a CEO. And if you're going to have a multiverse, he talked about the multiverse quite a bit when promoting The Flash, and he went silent after that. If you're going to promote a multiverse, have a multiverse. Because right now it just looks like he wants his verse and nothing else. The fact that Superman and Lois, getting back into it, it's a quality show. Like, there is no reason why this should have been canceled. And they could have at least brought it over to HBO Max and had this character continue. Because at least they're taking that Superman seriously. Because I'm really afraid to see what James Gunn is going to bring to the table. But things just aren't looking good. All right, guys, so there's my video for the day. I do appreciate your support. I will be back later today with a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire review as soon as I get back from the theater. And they just dropped a Beetlejuice 2 teaser that I'm going to have to post tomorrow, because I'll be at my 3-video limit. I already did a video earlier on the review of the new 2024 film Roadhouse starring Jake Gyllenhaal. You can go check that out as well. So I've got my 3-video limit according to YouTube terms that they will even show people. So if you're not subscribed, there is a possibility in the future you may miss some of my content if you haven't subscribed, and hit that notification bell. I do appreciate all the support. Please take time to like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will be notified as I have new videos go up.